The Megacanners are back, and they're not the only ones. After a busy summer of trying to sound important in America, Friedrich Merz is back in Berlin to ring in his so-called autumn of reforms, by which he means cutting the welfare state and making poor people join the army. Meanwhile, Robert Habeck, not wishing to rattle his chains as a ghost in Parliament anymore, takes a swipe at nemesis Markus Söder and his affinity for sausages before disappearing to California. See ya, mate.
In Berlin's heart, where news is unveiled, Megan and Conrad with German tales. The German news, it's tough to bear, but with Megacanners, they're ready to head Conrad, daily news at hand. Megan feels to spare time to crack those cans. With each sip she takes, the mag is her shield. But will it last the news? 'Cause that was the deal.
Hello everyone. It's finally a new Megan's Megacan. I'm here back in Berlin with Konrad Werner. Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm very well. So good to be back.
It's so good to be back. It's raining.
Yeah.
There's more news to be had, I'm sure.
Yeah. Life goes on.
Did you have a nice break?
Oh, yeah, it was very nice. Yeah, it was in hot and sunny Hampstead.
That's
With
nice.
Yeah, it's like being on the set of a rom-com, Hampstead.
100%.
It's
Did like
sort of-
Hugh Grant knock orange
Yeah,
juice on you?
there's just all rich people bumbling around
Yeah.
in a charming way.
I know, like pretending that they're Londoners.
Yeah,
I don't think
and,
you have any idea.
No one feels like anything bad could ever happen in
No.
Hampstead.
No.
Nothing bad ever happens there.
No.
And everything's going to be fine in the end. So that's what I was doing.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. Yeah, but I'm very excited to be back and raring to go for the new autumn season.
Yeah, let's go. One thing that's happened is that we have socials now.
Oh, yeah.
And people, you should find us, please, and follow us on Instagram because we have no pals.
Yeah.
Actually, we do. We have 13?
14 now.
14!
We have 14 friends on Instagram.
Come and be our friend.
I mean, one of them is me, so 13. So, yeah.
I'll count you, and then that's, yeah, that's fine.
So, yeah, we have a brand new, beautifully curated
Yes.
Instagram account.
Thank you very much, Nessa.
Yeah.
If you
And
want anyone to do your socials or just organize your life, Ness is your person.
And we also still have a Patreon page as
We
well.
do.
I should mention that.
Megacans just keep getting smaller and more expensive.
So
So it would be really nice if you wanted to shoot us a couple of euros. Or just generally share this with your friends.
yeah,
We'd like more people to be listening. It's lovely that people do listen.
yeah,
We could always have more.
you can always have more.
It'd be nice.
It's like a little party in your flat
Yeah.
on your own
Yeah,
with a mega can,
with the
with a
Megacan.
canned cocktail.
You're never alone
Yeah.
with Megan's Megacan.
There, that should be our slogan.
Speaking of which,
Speaking of which,
guess what?
what?
I have no idea what's been happening in the news. Literally none. Refuse to look at it. But new Megacan.
Oh,
And I do think it is relatively new.
oh wow.
Guess what? I'm just going to hand it to you blind.
Okay,
Look at it. Look at it.
I love it already.
I know. It is
A lime margarita
a margarita.
by the company Sierra.
Yeah, by
Yeah.
the ones that do. I mean, maybe we're getting a bit better with tequila now because we're all, so gentrified. But back in the day in Europe, this was the only kind of tequila you can get. The one with the plastic hat lid.
Black plastic sombrero.
Which my friend Lena used to make us drink out of the hat, which just involves you spilling tequila all down yourself.
Yeah, that wasn't really what the hat was for.
Try telling her that after she's had a few. She'd be like, drink out of the hat.
You have to drink out of the hat.
But
okay.
I think you need to describe the artwork on the can.
Well, we have a Mexican gentleman
Yeah.
with a guitar,
Yes.
a sombrero,
Yes.
leaning against a cactus.
Sitting on a cactus, which
Right.
doesn't seem advisable, but I'm not a desert person, so
No, you never know.
maybe there
I
are
mean-
some sittable.
And tequila comes from cacti, doesn't it?
Isn't that where it comes from?
Yep. I think so. All right.
So.
I'm quite excited about this. I hope
Yeah.
it's not fizzy, but let's see.
Cheers.
Cheers. Oh, that was a bit of a fizz, eh? Oh, smells like tequila. Christ.
Oh, yeah. It is a little bit fizzy.
I'm not mad at that.
No, it's pretty good.
That's not bad.
Yeah, you can definitely taste the tequila. It's not just like a fizzy drink. You
Exactly.
Can definitely,
It tastes...
there's something going on here.
I wonder if they kind of have to have it fizzy in a can.
No, you don't have to have a fizzy in a can. We've had non-fizzy...
What
Mega
megas
can?
have we had that aren't fizzy?
That wine one from Spain.
Yeah, that wasn't a mega.
But it was in a can, and it was alcoholic.
Was it not a little bit fizzy?
No, well, I can't really...
It was a lot delicious. I'm not remembering. My partner
Yeah.
is in Madrid currently.
Okay. Get
I'm
him.
going to get him to bring me some back.
That kind of
Sorry,
red
I'm
wine,
distracting
yeah,
from
there.
the Sierra Lime Margarita, which is,
Yeah, it's all right, yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
only
that's,
downside I would say is it's not that fizzy. Maybe it's sort of losing its fizz. It is 250 mils, but I think
Yeah, well, you can't
I'm
have
just
everything.
going to have to accept that. It's a bit like we're just living in a new world now. We can't
Yeah.
have the same standards. Like, always keep your values, but you can't always have the same standards.
Yeah, they're just rationing our Megacan liquid.
Yeah.
These people, it's
Yeah.
an age of austerity, of alcoholic
It's just
austerity.
the last gasps of capitalism, isn't it? We're just like, yeah, this is probably still all fine. I'm like, isn't it? Anyway,
enough of this chit chat.
I like the chit chat. It's my favourite part.
To business. So we got the Parliament, the government has come back from its summer holidays. Chancellor Friedrich Merz, who had a summer, if you remember, he was all over the White House. He kept going to America.
Did he go
going
more than once?
Yeah, well, he went twice, I believe. He went once on his own
God. Yeah.
in, I think it was June. Mm-hmm. And then he went a couple of weeks ago with...
yes, he went after the... I have been following a little bit of the news.
with the rest of them, with Macron and von der Leyen and Starmer, and they all went...
After Putin scared the absolute shite out of Trump.
Yeah.
Which is what I think
So-
happened.
Anyway, so after that busy summer of pretending that he has some kind of say in international affairs and
know.
resolving international conflicts, Friedrich Merz is back in Berlin, and he wants to instigate an autumn of reform on the domestic front.
Oh, no.
He has actually called it the Herbst der Reformen, the autumn of reforms, and it basically means reforming the welfare state, cutting all the welfare benefits and stuff.
Oh.
But he can't actually do that because he's in coalition with the SPD, and they want to do the opposite, which is put more taxes on the very rich, at least.
Yeah. Of
And
which Friedrich Merz is one.
yeah, good point. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's not forget, he's not an actual politician.
No.
He just wanted to be a big boy and then kept losing to Angela Merkel and so went away and worked for fucking BlackRock.
Yeah. But he wasn't really a finance person either. He keeps saying he was a finance person, but what he did at BlackRock was essentially sell his political contacts to get a good job.
So I think he smoozled his way through local politics, and anyone who knows anything about it, it's just a smoozle fest. You just smoozle around.
He's a smooze.
You do fuck all. Sorry, that's not all of them, but like if you are not, say, from... If you are like a middle-class white person, local politics is a smoozleroo.
Well, he was leader of the Bundestag CDU for a while
When?
in the 90s.
Who was
I mean, he
saying
wasn't-
anything proper then?
And before that, he was an MEP. But anyway, it doesn't matter.
MEP, come on. Come on. That's where local politicians go to smoozle around some more.
Yeah, I recently went to Strasbourg, and it's an interesting place.
Were you smoozled?
I was smoozled till the cows came home.
Anyway,
With,
sorry,
in
Friedrich
Alsace.
Merz. What's he trying to... But he's decided there's an autumn of reform, but he's forgotten he's in coalition.
Yeah.
He's got all excited because he went with the other big boys and girls to Washington, did nothing, for nobody.
Yeah, so he and he came in. He did a big speech at a CDU party conference in Osnabrück for the Lower Saxony CDU, and this speech was much publicised because he banged on the pulpit and he said that the welfare system, Germany's welfare system, is unfinanceable in its current form. What with the German economy stagnating, the German economy is stagnating. Don't know if you noticed. But it's actually now heading for its third year in a row of negative growth, apparently. So that's bad because it means there's less money coming into the state through taxes, and it's also bad because of that we have a federal budget hole, a gap in the federal budget as it's currently planned from 2027 to 29 of 172 billion euros.
That's quite a lot.
And in the meantime, in the next few years, all these people are going to retire. Yeah. So a lot of people are going to retire. A lot of people will start taking pensions, which means that active workers will have to pay for more people, and it's all a bit unsustainable. Is essentially the point. And we already talked about a few of the measures that they were thinking of bringing in, was like raising the retirement age. Yeah. Unpopular especially amongst conservative older CDU voters. Raising taxes.
Anyone.
Also unpopular with raising, depending on what tax it is, but people are generally against raising taxes, and so it's all a bit difficult for him. And he has to find a compromise with the SPD. So as much as he likes to bang on pulpits at CDU party conferences, he has to compromise, which is a bit of a problem.
So he hasn't actually put forward any policy points because he can't.
Well, there's what can you do?
Yeah.
Either you raise taxes or you cut benefits, and at the end of the day, they'll probably have to do both and make everyone unhappy. And the fewer and fewer people will vote for centrist parties, as is happening at the moment. I mean, we're going to talk about it in a minute, but one of the things that Robert Habeck said in his interview was that there's basically no centre of society anymore. He doesn't think there's hardly anyone who votes for centrist parties anymore. It's all just sort of single interest groups.
Yeah.
So at the moment, the CDU and the SPD are like really struggling in the polls. They're in government, and they used to be called the Grand Coalition because they were the grand parties, but now they barely can scrape together like 35% of the vote between them. And for better or worse, they're dependent on each other. So they, as much as they want to like push through and please their voters as much as they can't really, because they both know that they're it. There's no other alternative coalition. They'd have to bring in the Green Party.
Yeah.
And that is also a problem, especially for the right wing of the CDU. And so, for
absolutely no reason other than vibes.
Yeah. So it's all very difficult because they're going to have to make compromises on both sides that are not going to please anyone.
And you do feel for them because it is a new world that we're living in, really. Everything is so extreme, everything is so crazy. It was clear what way technology was going to be going, and apparently everyone's just like, oh, doop-de-doo, we just keep making the cars like we always did. And they're like, oh fuck, China can make these really good e-cars now. Oh, like, yeah, what do you think they've been doing? And then like centrist politics like, oh yeah, it's because when times get tough, like the status quo is just not going to deliver. And you've known this, like Trump's first term was in 2016. That was a decade ago, nearly. Things are, the shift, like AfD has been around for over a decade, and you're still giving us the same stuff, and there's no narrative, and there's no nothing, and Friedrich fucking Merz, we're supposed to get excited about him.
Yeah, well, that was his big selling point. You remember that he was like, unlike Merkel and unlike Scholz, he was like a strong leader. He was going to lead from the front. He was going to say forthright things.
Has anyone said that other than him?
That's what.
Does anyone actually believe that about Friedrich Merz other than Friedrich Merz?
Well, he's like, it doesn't really. The thing is, he does make these sort of strong speeches, like with his CDU people, but then he can't really follow through on it because he knows that he's stuck with what he's got, and he also knows that he's still quite unpopular, and so it's not really. It all kind of the words just fall out of his mouth into a puddle.
I think he gives the impression of being a strong leader in certain ways, but he's not Trump. He's not someone who can just go and also the way that things are set up. You can't, like you said, just bang on. You can bang on however many fucking pulpits in Osnabrück that you want, but you're in a coalition. You're always going to be in a coalition in Germany.
Yeah.
And like, you need to get this together because Germany, also something we've known for a while, it's got a real Nazi problem.
Oh, yeah.
And like, we have to be more aware of that than like other countries. It's not fucking Canada. We're like, oh, tariffs. Oh, God, the economy. We've got them, like, they fucking love being Nazis here.
Yeah, it seems like quite a popular position to take. Yeah, so there were a couple of polls where the AfD were ahead of the CDU.
Yeah, I saw those, I think.
They're sort of neck and neck, I think, at the moment. But it's definitely not good.
No.
It's not, like, definitely a bad. I think that the thing is, like, internationally, it seems like Merz is quite popular, amongst the other leaders.
Yeah.
His style has gone down quite well.
Schmoozling.
He's very good at the White House schmoozling. Like, Donald Trump seems to like him, for example. So he has this damning with faint praise.
What a fantastic bar to have flung yourself over, Matt.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know if Trump respects him necessarily. I don't know. Who gives a fuck?
Well, Trump doesn't really respect anyone, does he?
Putin.
Putin.
He's absolutely shit scared of Putin, is my theory.
Yeah. So, I don't know.
Anyway, but I think this is going to be interesting because, like you say, Merz has kind of come in and has had all of these sort of crises to deal with, including ones involving himself where he didn't really get voted in that formality or whatever. Plus Trump being wild, flying to Washington, being like, oh, let's all fly in, all the European leaders, and talk about Ukraine. But then you come home, it's autumn, honeymoon period's over. Now you have to go and negotiate fucking domestic policy with your coalition partners. I don't think he's going to like any of that. Too much like hard work. Boring. I don't want to do it. It sounds awful. Like you said, there's no good option. Everyone's going to end up unhappy.
Yeah.
And I do think they struggle to create like a narrative.
Well, yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, let's see. Who knows?
Yeah, that's all that I really had to say about that.
Okay.
We can move on. I think
I am really enjoying this Megacan.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it a bit too much, I think. It's gone down very easily. Anyway, what's next? Oh, yeah, and talking of unpopular things that are happening, Germany this week introduced a new military service law, which was not actually conscription, but sounded like a little bit like it might be conscription in a few years.
Ooh,
so
I don't like this.
For a bit of context, Germany had conscription, had military service or national service until 2011. Mm-hmm. And you always had the option of you could opt out and you could do civilian service instead.
Yeah.
So it used to be a bit longer than the actual military service, but instead of going to the army for a year, you had to work in like an old people's home or, as a care worker for 18 months instead. And most people did that, in fact. But then it was suspended in 2011. Mm-hmm. So it isn't actually, it's only been suspended since then. So they could kind of bring it back any time. The only thing is that they know it's really, really unpopular. Like, people don't want to go to join the army.
No. Especially
young people don't. And so that what they've done, but they also feel like they have to increase the Bundeswehr. So they've made this, the Bundeswehr at the moment is 183,000 soldiers, and they want to increase it to 260,000 by the early 2030s. And so, and they're trying to do this voluntarily at first. Yeah. So what they've done is introduce a lot of benefits, a lot of like sweeteners for young people to join the army, such as you get free train travel, you get discount, or if you do driving license, you get a €3,500 discount on doing a driver license, something like that. You get free accommodation wherever you are stationed. So if you while you're being trained in another part of the country, you get free accommodation wherever you are, so stuff like that. And they've kind of also increased the pay to make it competitive with what you would get in the general job market.
I mean, that last one seems. Oh, I have a lot of very conflicted feelings about this.
So things like that. So what they've done now is, as of 2027, all young men will have to fill in a questionnaire.
Just men?
First it'll just be men. A questionnaire saying, would you, and the questionnaire basically says, would you, in theory, be interested in joining the army? So
still just the men?
As far as they'd bring this in.
Okay. Would you, in theory, be?
Yeah, and if you answer positively to this questionnaire, then they will send you a letter and invite you to come for a medical examination. The idea is like to get people, and at any stage you can still sort of say no. Yeah. Theoretically, and then by 2029, if they haven't met their targets doing all this sort of voluntary stuff, they're going to start maybe thinking about reintroducing actual conscription how it was before with the civil service option.
Yeah.
So that's the sort of what the law is. A lot of organisations, people saying that this is basically reintroducing conscription, but by the back door and pretending you're not really doing it. Free medical care is another one. Free health insurance.
I fucking hope so.
Yeah. So they brought that in. So that's been approved now, and now both sides are again talking about compromises. The CDU, CSU. The sort of more right-wing parts of that are criticising this, saying we need to bring in conscription straight away. The SPD has been saying, this is going too far. And that's just the parties that are actually in government who decided to do it. So you can imagine that the consensus is difficult to find outside those two parties.
Look, I don't know. Obviously, I have not looked into this enough. I'm interested to see how it plays out, because obviously I work with the groups of people that will be being targeted by this. So we will see what their thing is. Look, I don't want it to be brought in like you have to go and do it. I think that's weird. But first of all, we do live in different times. I do think it is naive for us to all be like, oh, we don't need to worry that the Bundeswehr is miles behind where it should be and is really under-equipped and understaffed. That's fine. That should be something that we're like, and it makes me very uncomfortable to say this, because I just think we should demilitarize everything. But also we've got a literal psychopath flying around to Alaska and having a red carpet rolled out for him by the person that is supposed to be guaranteeing our safety in our homes. Like, I think, but I don't want to see a single, I feel awful about it. But the other thing is, there's also the problem, I think, with, and again, not only in Germany, but I think definitely one of the specific issues that Germany has with the army is that it obviously has this kind of very right-wing reputation, which has been, that keeps being scandal after scandal. And like, there could be some people, if this is kind of introduced as maybe an option, maybe they might, like, I know a lot of people who work in the armed forces and in law enforcement who I think are, like, as problem I have with those institutions, essentially very, very good people. Maybe this is a way that we can move towards changing those. I don't know. I think I'm just scraping the fucking barrel. Who knows?
I don't know either. I mean, I do kind of think that, I don't know. I don't want to say anything because I didn't have to do it. So it's like, but I kind of see the argument for like national service generally. I kind of like the idea of, getting everyone to go and work in an old people's home for a year. Yeah. It's quite a nice thought. It's like a contribution to society that everyone does make, and it would get you to see certain parts of life that you wouldn't necessarily see. But obviously, I didn't have to do it, so I can't really talk. But I don't know, and it might be really awful. and terrible
I
for your
wouldn't
life.
mind. Do you
so-
think they'd maybe do like, they're going to do it just from like 40-year-olds? Like we all just get a year
Yeah.
off work, free accommodation, we go and learn some new skills. Like I wouldn't necessarily be opposed to that.
Well, yeah, you could do. Yeah. What
Really
kind of
learn how-
skills would you like to learn that you don't know? It's like, you know, you could do survival skills.
This sounds ridiculous. I wouldn't mind going and doing military service, to be honest.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
That's a revelation.
Oh, I don't know.
What would you like to do? Which part? Which
Like to
service?
fire a gun.
Would you?
Yeah. And maybe drive a tank.
Oh yeah, I'd like to drive a tank. Yeah. Yeah. I have fired a gun. I have fired a machine gun.
What?
once. Yeah. I was in America, obviously.
Of course.
and they're legal there, and you can. Someone lent me their gun, and I shot. I mean, on a range. I was only.
I would
wasn't
fucking
outside.
hope so.
No, it was just like a controlled environment. I just shot in. Yeah.
As controlled as a country where it's legal for you to just be handed a machine gun in any situation. I think as controlled as that country can get.
Yeah.
Fine. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, I don't know. I feel
it's-
like anything. I don't know. I'm kind of interested to talk to my students about it.
It's very scary,
see them
actually,
in a couple
firing
of
a
weeks.
gun. I did find it very scary because it's like, oh shit! Like as soon as you're holding it, you're like, oh shit! This is like, it's like fuck.
Yeah.
Because also, it's very light. Like it's much lighter than you think it's going to be.
Oh, okay.
And
I'd be thinking there'd be like a heft to it that you'd be
no,
like,
because
oh,
they're mostly plastic nowadays. They're mostly some kind of. They're not all
3D
metal.
printed in someone's
Yeah.
basement.
Yeah, and you just sort of hold them, and then the bullets are very small. They're much smaller than you think, and you shoot it, and it just doesn't feel like anything. It just like a little pop.
Oh,
It's
God,
it's very
that's
it's just
terrifying.
it's kind of scary. It's just how light it all is. Anyway, the whole experience.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Well,
Anyway,
I will
didn't
say
know
I
was gonna
do
tell
not
that
like
story, but yeah.
all of these like sweeteners unless it's like we're going to just try and make this like a good professional job. I don't, because then you're just targeting people who don't have a lot of other options. And I think maybe that's why, like, if you bring in conscription, it is at least egalitarian to an extent. And it's not just
as long
like,
as you're not, if it really is egalitarian and rich people aren't find a way to wiggle out of it.
well, this is
just-
the other thing, isn't it?
but they don't. They usually
I'm
do.
gonna go and do my FSCot, my social year,
Yeah.
like like Kenya. But I don't think they can do that. Surely they have to stay in Germany.
I don't know. Anyway, so that is the general talk that has been going around the old government as we.
God.
Speaking of people who are not in government anymore,
Okay.
Robert Habeck this week resigned.
Oh,
Our former vice chancellor, our former economy minister from the Green
everyone's
Party,
favourite rumpled rom-com star
yeah,
from the 90s.
who never wears a tie. Do you never
No,
notice that?
he's too cool for that.
It's just always like no tie, wandering around, sleeves up. So yeah, he was the chancellor candidate in the last election. People forget that too. I mean,
Yeah.
because I think people forget it because it was obviously he was never going to be chancellor, but he was the chancellor candidate for the Green Party in the last election, and now he's resigned. And a lot of people are a little bit annoyed that he decided to resign now and not just after he lost the election. And he gave a kind of quite a funny interview for the Tats newspaper in which he was quite rude about a lot of the people, a lot of his former colleagues from the Conservative parties, which was quite
which
funny.
is fair enough, but like, sorry, please do give the quotes because they are amazing. You texted these to me the other day. It's
So of Markus Söder from the CSU, who you remember has a lot of a lot of Instagram presence, like us.
Markus Söder. Whoever's running Markus Söder's Instagram should be knighted.
Knighted for services to
I
Bavarian
don't
sausage.
know. I don't know, but I hope they never have to buy a pint again because they have worked for that. Because
yeah. So he gave a so he has this hashtag Söder ist.
yeah,
So Söder is and Robert Habeck found this ridiculous.
It is ridiculous.
And said Markus Söder's fetishistic sausage eating, fetischhafte Wurstgefresse is the German, which is untranslatable really, but it means fetishistic sausage eating is not politics, and yet it serves a purpose. It distracts from the reasons people may have for feeling overlooked and left out. By which he means the real issues such as, rent, affordability of your life generally, and what people actually care about. But it does it does take up space. It takes up space in our podcast, Markus Söder's distraction machine.
It does.
Because it is
does,
funny.
and it is distracting from the fact of who is a very, very nasty populist man who is making the Green Party into this. Has demonized the Green Party.
Yeah.
Has an actual neo-Nazi, former arguable, allegedly neo-Nazi as his vice state minister.
Oh, you're talking. Oh, yeah.
Hubert Aiwanger. It is.
Okay.
It is distracting. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not okay.
And he's also a massive opportunist, Markus Söder.
He's a horrible little shit.
Because he used to be totally pro-green. When it was cool to be green, he was really pro-green about 10 years ago.
So cynical.
Yeah.
This is and presenting himself as this kind of I'm just a man of the, Freistaat Bayern. And I'm you're not. You're a cynical, privileged, exploitative politician. More so than any...
Robert Habeck also didn't have anything nice to say about Julia Klöckner, who we've talked about recently.
Well, does anyone?
The president of the Bundestag, also of the CDU, who she was the one who made them take down the rainbow flag from the Bundestag, because she's in charge of the Bundestag now. And Robert Habeck was this is a totally unnecessary thing to do. It's just a way of dividing. It's no one cared about the rainbow flag before.
No.
And it was just a thing it was just a symbol on top of the thing for one day of the year, the Christopher Street Day. And it was, it was a nice symbol, gesture of inclusion.
No one cared about it apart from the vulnerable people whose
yeah. So that's
whom it showed solidarity with, I guess. Maybe they didn't care either, but
yeah. And so he kind of thinks that Julia Klöckner is deliberately trying to turn everything into a culture war, which is exactly what's wrong with our society at the moment. But,
and it's also then the fact that they say that it's because the left is pushing things down people's throats. Yeah. And all the left is making this an issue. I'm no, it is always the right wing. It is always these people trying to make, as you say, everything into a cultural war, and then the fucking left gets blamed constantly, and we all fall for it because we go, well, maybe we should have listened. No!
Yeah. So we get all outraged by that.
Anyway, Robert Habeck, any other stuff that he said? What is he just, what's the general? Well, I obviously haven't read the interview, even though you sent it to me.
So he just so they were asking him why did you resign now? Why did you could have easily stayed. A lot of people do stay just because you're no longer party leader or anything, you could stay. And he was saying, well, I don't really have anything else to say that I haven't already said, and I don't want to cling to power like Lars Klingbeil. Which just seemed also quite unnecessary. So Lars Klingbeil, leader of the SPD, who is now the finance minister, he kind of said Lars Klingbeil, who also did really badly in the last election. The SPD had their worst result ever in their whole history. Yeah. And but yet now Lars Klingbeil is now still co-party leader, and he was kind of Habeck kind of unnecessarily, I would say, what do you call it, kicked old Lars Klingbeil in the side.
Yeah, that was leaving. Dude, you didn't need to do that.
So, I mean, whatever. But it's interesting. So I guess that's the end of Robert Habeck as a politician.
He says he's going abroad, is he?
He's going to basically be an academic. He's going to be a guest lecturer in various universities, Copenhagen and in Berkeley in California, I believe.
Oh, I see.
So he's going to go off and make loads of money guest lecturing and stuff.
Yeah. This is what makes me feel a bit sick, because I did have quite a lot of... I liked Robert Habeck at the beginning. I think we did a podcast also with Izzy Trotsky when we talked about how much we both kind of fancied him. And he has this way of being, I'm going to be open and honest and straight with you and sort of say, oh, that was a mistake and whatever, which is good.
Yeah.
But I've come to sort of feel like he's from this kind of political, academic-y class where you're pretending to be a little bit more, perhaps, of the people, a little bit less. I find it...
Well, he ended up making all these deals with Qatar and to get... I mean, it was all very,
And he just kind of
not very
presents
green
himself...
in the end.
Yeah, exactly. As this like, oh, I'm not going to wear a tie. I'm going to like... This is just the self-serving thing. And now as soon as it's not serving him anymore, he's like, oh, I don't really have anything more to say in politics. I'm like, fuck you. Like you're either Friedrich, and you sort of sell yourself as like, oh, well, I'm not Friedrich Merz, I'm not Markus Söder, I'm not like a sausage-eating fetish man who's just an opportunist and pretending to be of the people. It's like, but you kind of are doing the same thing. And then as soon as it's not serving you anymore, and you've got these sexy offers from Berkeley or Copenhagen, you're like, oh, I don't want to be what did he say? Like a ghost in the halls of whatever. Or I don't want to cling to power. And then just sideswipes, side by shoots Klingbeil, who's just trying to, go about his business. Fine. And like, I get it that he thought he was going to be golden boy, and he thinks that he should have been the Chancellor candidate when Baerbock was it, and just have some fucking, just don't do a whole like diss track in the tats where you say mean stuff about everybody. Like, yeah, fuck Markus Söder, but saying dumb stuff about him in the press is not the way to, I don't know, like, and this, I don't know, and then you're off to do the fucking university circuit. It's not the bank circuit. I'm not going to give speeches at like fucking investment banks' Christmas parties like Friedrich Merz would, but like, a guest lecturer at come on.
Do you want to know what Söder said back?
I think I read it, yes, but please say it.
He said he said he wished him much luck outside politics, go with God, but for the main thing, go far away.
Oh, is that what he said? All right.
And then he said, I will proudly continue to eat Bavarian white sausages and Frankish Bratwürste, the fried sausages, which he was very strangely specific about which sausages he was going to continue eating.
Well, if you spent any time in Bayern, you will, and they will talk a lot about different types of sausages and different parts of Bayern.
Yeah.
And you will just be lost. And it is, I mean, I like spending time in Bayern, probably because I'm white.
Do you like... which is your favourite sausage?
I prefer Bratwurst, but you
the
think
Nürnberger, the Nürnberger Bratwurst, or which sausage?
I like all. I enjoy all of them. I do like the Nürnberger ones because we've had quite a lot of those in Nürnberg at the Christmas market, where you get it in like the little
ones.
I can't remember what they call They have another word again for the bread roll in Nürnberg, which I've forgotten. Not a semmel. That's the Irish one. Anyway.
Oh, I don't know.
I think they do, and I've forgotten because it's...
I don't know either.
But,
Semmel is the Bavarian, yeah.
Yeah, but I have also eaten, like, a lot of the, like, proper Weisswürstchen for breakfast with a Hefeweizen.
With the sweet
and
mustard?
And they're boiled in the mustard. And, like, if you told myself before I moved to Germany that I would get into that, I'd be like, that's fucking rank.
And you got to peel the skin off.
Oh, peel the skin off. Get that off. Get it into me. Breakfast time, breakfast beer. And you can't have any other kind of beer. And you can't have any other kind of mustard.
Yeah.
Because that'll cause havoc in the Ratskeller. It doesn't surprise me that Söder was very specific about the sausages, is all I'm saying. Because I've spent quite a lot of time in Bavaria.
How do you feel about other sausages in Germany? The Thüringer, do you like them? They're a bit bigger.
I couldn't tell you the difference between a Nürnberger and a Thüringer.
Well, the Nürnberger are very small. That's the main thing.
But is a Thüringer not also quite small?
Not as small as a Nürnberger.
They all kind of taste...
Yeah, they're much of a muchness, really, after a while.
Yeah, what I don't like is like a Bockwurst. Absolutely not. Under no circumstances.
Oh, interesting. No Bockwurst.
No Bockwurst.
So you don't like Currywurst? That's Bockwurst.
I'll eat... I haven't had a Currywurst for 10 years.
Oh, okay.
Like, Currywurst is all fine until you realise that, like, actually the dish of Berlin is a doner kebab, and you can have a doner instead.
Yeah,
which
is
is
much
75 times more better
Yeah.
than currywurst. Mind you, I used to, the first currywurst I ever had, and I didn't actually realise that it was so good, was like this little place that used to be in Nollendorf train station, and they'd make their own curry kind of sauce, so it was almost like a sort of like UK curry chip.
Right. Oh, right.
But then when I went again and got one at a different place, I was like, but this is just ketchup with curry powder on it. And everyone was like, yeah. I was like, oh. Because the place in Nollendorf U-Bahn station no longer exists.
Because it was special.
It was very special.
Right.
Anyway, I'm a bit drunk after my...
Yeah. Well,
I'm not drinking very much these days.
I steered the conversation to sausages then because I run out of the news.
Oh, okay.
So
well, that's good.
All I had.
Do we have any good news?
We have one tiny bit of good news.
Okay. What is it?
A anti-Nazi Verein, a club in Hamburg, has bought up the rights for a right-wing extremist online shop, so that in order to shut it down. That's quite good news.
That's good. Well done to you.
Yeah, it was kind of cool. So if you
what is the name of their Verein? Can we?
It's called Laut gegen Nazis.
Yes, good for them.
And the online shop was called Druck 18, and the whole brand, it all belongs to Laut gegen Nazis now, so they can no longer sell their neo-Nazi merchandise online.
Well done. What is the 18?
Oh, that's a. Did you know about that? It's a neo-Nazi.
But why 18?
It's 18. It's the initials of Adolf Hitler. AH.
Oh, because I knew 88 because of Heil Hitler.
Yeah, and 18 is Adolf Hitler.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow. This is the other thing. Like, I don't want to undermine how dangerous they are.
Yeah.
But also, we must never forget to emphasize how much the far right is just absolutely losers. 18. Oh, it's 1-8. Oh, what? You've made up a little code?
Yeah.
This is the absolutely terrifying thing about like far right politics, is it just puts these people in charge. No, absolutely not.
And it's actually quite a big deal because a lot of the far right scene, according to one of the people they interviewed in this Spiegel article that I'm ripping this off, is they spoke to an ex-neo-Nazi called Philipp Schlaffer, who said that they actually earn quite a lot of money from selling this merchandise. Yeah. So it is actually quite a big deal for this group.
Good for them. Well done, Laut gegen Nazis. That's good. Yeah.
Well, that's it, though. There is no more good news. That is it. There's no
Well, we're back together, and there's a new, very good Megacan on the market.
Yeah, that's also good.
And you know what? I would actually say it because, like, I really do like a margarita, but am I ever going to be fucked making one? No, it's too much lime juice. I never have tequila in the house. I'm never going to make one. But I would say if you got this, chilled it down over loads of ice, and salted the rim,
this would be nice.
It would like be absolutely passable.
And it's totally true. Like, I once bought elderberry syrup because I thought I was going to make that. What's that cocktail?
Hugo.
A Hugo. I was going to make Hugos all the time, and also I just made them twice, and then they're just that elderberry syrup sat in my fridge for about 15 years.
Well, you could just put it in your water. I would do that then. Yeah.
But so it is better just to get single serving.
Yeah, I will say this is the only place I've ever seen this on sale was in the big fancy Rewe in Rohlbergstraße. Rohlberg-Werbeliner Straße, which is one of the few supermarkets in Berlin that feels like you're in a developed country.
Good.
But, yeah.
And on that note, have a great weekend, everyone.
It's lovely to be back.
We will talk to you again soon.
Have a great weekend, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Megacan, German news in English with a cocktail can. The German news, it's quite a test. With Megan's Mega, you're feeling refreshed. Ooh, Megan's Mega.
it's actually it's quite a positive message to give to people.
So.
I like to think that we have quite a positive impact on our listeners.
I hope so.
Because we try and get them to defy the fear of listening to the news all day.
I mean, it's better than reading a German newspaper. Surely.
I would definitely recommend listening to our podcast more than reading any German newspaper.
German newspapers barely have pictures. Like fucking, it's just a brick of text.
Oh yeah, and they seem to make a virtue of it. They think it's like so great to have no text.
Not like you Americans
pictures.
with your fucking
colour pictures,
decadent pictures in your newspapers.
Yeah,
What's that? A crossword puzzle? Oh, no wonder you had Trump. Jesus Christ, everyone! Like, there's a middle ground.
You have to concentrate on the news. It's very important, and you have to like keep it there.
Just have a mega.
Have a mega. Give us a picture every now and then.
Just a wee picture, maybe of,
yeah,
a diagram.